Okay. Um, I'm sorry, but I caught a cold 2 days ago. However, I will try to discuss a few key points. Uh, I did my master's thesis in 2014, and I did my doctoral thesis in 2017. My dissertation in cultural literary theory focused on the autobiographical transmedia narratives of rock and metal artists. I analyzed the autobiographical narrative text of such as artists as Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, Ian Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead, Adam Nergaldarski from Polish group Behemoth, probably the most popular band, Polish band, and narrative text by Marek Piekarczyk from the band called TSA. This is the classical hard heavy Polish band formed in 1979 in Opole city. In 2019, I published my PhD as a thesis as a book in educational publishing house in Krakow. I am the chairman of the organizing committee of a series of national interdisciplinary scientific conferences concerning metal music studies. There have been 5 editions between 2017 and 2021. The conferences dealt with various aspects of metal music and culture. This is the screen of the website. This about these conferences. My purpose today is to try to briefly characterize metal music studies in Poland, characterize main centres and publications, and current state of research. I have to mention about the first monography by Barbara Major, entitled Dionysos w Glanach, Ekstatyczność muzyki metalowej, in English Dionysus in Over Boots, Ecstasy or Ecstatics in Metal Music. This book was published in 2013, and the first volume of journal Studia de Cultura, Annales Universitatis Pedagogica Krakowiensis Studia de Cultura, was published in 2018 in the Pedagogical University of Krakow, entitled Metal Studies, Studies on Metal Culture. In 2019, I published next volume of Studia de Cultura on metal culture in ritual and media space. And in 2020, I published a collected book, edited collection, Artists and Scenes of Metal Counterculture. No, unfortunately, in Polish language, you see the Polish and English titles. In preparing this monography, classical elements and ideologies in metal music narratives, I think will be published next year. I hope spring next year. And this is that's all. That's all. Here you can see table of contents of the first volume, first collection, edited collection of the Kultura volume. You see authors and articles represents many topics, many perspectives. We can find articles about metal studies, history and creation. Articles deal with work of some bands, ARIA, heavy metal band in the context of research and contemporary Russian culture. Articles deal with journalism, analysis of monthly rock and roll magazine, Only Rock magazine. There are Polish magazines about music, old magazines. But also we can find articles about gent, digital metal, neo-modern, or analysis of the works of bands like Black Sabbath or Nightwish. Next volume. Next volume 11.3 in 2019, Metal Culture, Ritual and Media Space. You can see a table of contents, and you see articles and authors represented many scientific disciplines, religious studies, literary studies, musicology, media studies, and cultural studies, of course. And as you can see, the articles deal with media context, black metal and aesthetics of chaos, but also we can find a religious context, a concept of Satanism in the second wave of black metal by Professor Piotr Czarnecki, metal concert as the theater of cruelty, heavy metal scream and profundity of the modern self. This is the article about Polish group TSA. And some articles in the perspectives of song studies, song lyric studies, like spiritual evolution and enema, Jungian tropes in the lyrics of Tour Band. And you can see table of contents of the third publication called edited collection. This articles deal with literary studies, especially, but we can find articles considering a narrative in metal music, non-blues sources of metal paradigm, or World War II inspirations in metal music. So this is of course a map of Poland. I marked the cities where popular music studies are conducted and developed, but I can especially distinguish Toruń city and Opole city. and of course Krakow, Toruń and Opole cities because the rock music studies are are conducted and developed in these cities. Krakow, of course, metal music studies. And no, I think we have a good place and possibilities to develop this subdiscipline. But I have to know to mention about the connection between rock music studies in Poland and metal music studies. Because you can see one of the covers of the book Estetyka Rocka, Aesthetics of Rock by Wojciech Siwak, was published in 1993, and so this is the first Polish book in Polish language, of course, on the aesthetics of rock, aesthetic of punk rock, metal music, elements of reggae, rock, blues rock music, and I would like to distinguish the series of the rock culture series, Kultura Rocka, sorry, rock culture series edited and published in Toruń. We have a four edition volumes of this books. There are edited collections. So the first conferences about music, popular music, were organized in Toruń, in also in Opole city, in Krakow, but about conferences about metal music studies. First conferences about metal music studies were organized in Krakow. Sorry, but from I have to mention about the one of the last publication on rock music, rock and metal music. This is the volume of one of the best, I think, Polish academic journal, Kultura Współczesna, Contemporary Culture, volume 2.114, published in 2021. And in this volume of journal, it's considering about anthropology of rock, and this is the important thing because culture studies journals have a connection with popular music studies, and we have opportunity to publish articles about popular music, rock music, metal and rock subcultures in the Polish academic journals. So I would like to to invite you to publishing project, but I before I have mentioned about problems and challenges in metal music studies in Poland. We don't have in Poland journals, academic journals, only about popular music, rock music, hip hop music, blues, rock music, metal music. We have in Poland only musicological, stricto, cultural and literary academic journals. So this is one problem. We in Poland we have scientific disciplines with unclear areas. Now we have discipline called religious and cultural sciences, and other discipline, art sciences. So there are unclear areas. Next problem is scoring system in Poland. Probably you hear about that. Scoring of scientific publications. We have a ministerial list in Poland, and some academic journals has 20 points. Other academic journals has 100 points, and this is a very specific situation for us as researchers, and we see underrated edited collections, chapters in edited collections, especially. But we publish, of course, the edited collections, but in this ministerial list, articles published in edited collections have less points than articles published in scientific academic journals. So. To conclusion, I would like to organize another conference about metal music studies in Poland next year with my dear colleagues Karolina Karbownik and Andrzej Mądro, and I would like cordially to invite you, all workshop participants, to participate in the publishing project entitled Metal Music Studies in Central and Eastern Europe, subject areas, research methods and perspectives. The topics to be addressed may include metal music studies in Central and Eastern Europe, current state of research on metal culture, paradigms, theories and methods of metal culture, multidisciplinary and transdisciplinary metal music studies, metal music scenes, audiences, fan cultures, post-subcultures or neo-subcultures in Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, and etc. Metal iconosphere, metal audiovisual narratives in perspective of media convergence, anthropology of metal music culture, metal and religion, legal, economic, and psychological aspects related to the reception of and production of metal music studies, current direction, of course, in metal studies in Central and Eastern Europe. So please prepare articles. Deadline is the 28th February 2022, next year, of course. So I thank you for attention. Sorry, but I have to go to meeting, the department meeting, and next to classes with students at the 2 p.m. So very thank you.